Hey, what's going on, guys? I was watching the BBC, the BBC Sergeant Pepper Revolution documentary. You can look it up on YouTube, and it's really opening my mind up to why that album was what it was, why it was so special. Deeply inspired, man. I never knew like Mr. Kite. It's just like if for people that don't know, the lyrics are all like, "For the benefit of Mr. Kite, there will be a show tonight on solid ground. The Hendersons will all be there." And I was always a bit turned off by that. I was like, why are you talking like that? Um, it turns out that John Lennon actually bought a poster around the time they made Sergeant Pepper's from like 1843, and the poster was just advertising a circus, and he's just reading lyrics from the poster in the song. So it went from being this like wacky, like, is this guy okay, to like, oh, that's actually dope. He's just like reading this 100-year-old poster and just like channeling whatever enthusiasm that all these dead people had around going to the carnival. That's crazy. I did vocal yoga today with my vocal coach in Fitzroy. They do it in a church every Saturday. And then so she'll get up and there'll be a group of people sitting around and she'll be like, ah, and then everyone else goes, ah. It's kind of call and response. And then towards the end, she gets everyone to kind of paint a picture, an intentional picture with their voice. And then so one girl would say like, I am imagining that I'm a dolphin playing with other dolphins. And then so everyone's kind of more like, ha 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 ha, hee hee, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. You know? And for my one, I was like, and this was before I even watched the documentary. It was today though. I was like, I'm painting a picture that the circus has just come to town. And then my teacher was like, is that all? And I was like, the circus has come to town and we're all sad about it. And yeah, and then so we're doing like elephants, like, and like getting like, but like with sad tones. It was like a very specific thing, but it was very playful and fun. Um, the Sergeant Pepper documentary has definitely inspired me, just as to what an album can be. I am very envious that like that was like their seventh album or something, and you got a band of young ambitious people, and the fact that they could just like stay together for 7 albums, um, and kind of retain that friendship and that cohesion, um, that's amazing, and it's like really cool. It's not easy. Collaboration's not easy, and the other thing too is they had limitations built in because of the technology at the time. So I think there was this added incentive just to milk your capabilities for everything they're worth. Whereas now, in this collaboration, there are so many different ways you can go with it that it's almost like less exciting, it's more chaotic. Yeah, so that's been a tricky part about this collaboration as well. But yeah, I think I'm just craving fun. I'm having a friend over tonight by the looks of it. And even though he does music as well, I think like the main thing I enjoy is just kind of the fun aspect. Um, the ease of being able to hang out. Um, and not having that project kind of lingering. That's quite nice. So, but that being said, I am very drilled for productivity. I do actually have fun by being a little bit stressed, very productive, very efficient. Like, it kind of sounds strange to some people, I'm sure, but same way a lot of people are actually happy being angry, you know, especially like middle-aged men. They'll like almost intentionally put themselves in a state of anger because they feel very happy there, very comfortable. So, to a degree, I feel like that about stress, but to a further degree, it's not really good enough because I have to at some point put on weight, and being stressed all the time, always being anxious, body always being in fight or flight, it's not healthy, it's, it's just it burns you out, man. It's a vicious cycle. You can tell by my tongue that I'm burning out because I don't know the exact term for it, but when I have a build-up of shit in my body, it comes out through my tongue, and my tongue goes very white, coated with that disgusting shit. So yeah, that's a dead giveaway. My muscles just feel drained, like there's no juice in my bones. If you know type shit. Light and sound sensitivity. Yeah. So I don't feel as bad about it as I used to. I think there's something to be said for understanding the mechanics of your limitations. Just makes it like it's not this big villain in your life. Like when you first take a 19-year-old and he comes out of hospital and his life is forever changed because he can't do things that all his friends can do anymore. And will never be able to do those things for the rest of his life. He'll never be able to exert himself physically as he once could. He'll never be able to show up consistently in his life as he once could. That's terrifying. That's a terrifying circumstance to give to a 19-year-old who doesn't understand. But as that 19-year-old becomes a 27-year-old, he learns what he can do, what he can't do, and more importantly, why he can't do the things he wants to do, like the why behind it. Understanding the mechanics, it makes it less scary. It kind of dismantles the whole thing, and you're like, okay, so I eat this, I feel like this, I do this, I feel like this. You get better. Yeah, so you do get better at managing your symptoms. I'll always be a why thinker. I'll never be able to just get told what to do. I can't. My locus of control is firmly internal, firmly internal. So, to a fault, I'm sure, but also to a gain. What's the opposite of fault? I'm gonna fart. Bang. I know. Sorry. I think it was a creaky door or something. Yeah. Anyway, so my locus of control is very internal. Meaning that I can't just be told, Austin, you need to eat more ginger, like, well, fuck, why would I? I don't like the taste of it. As soon as I know the why behind it, ginger is an anti-inflammatory. Okay, still, that's a bit better, but then further than that, internally, I feel like this when I'm inflamed. I feel like this when I overcome inflammation. And it must be so annoying to listen to me because I go like, whatever that is, that's a lot of the time, and so if I'm doing that, just put in the chat, Austin, we understand that you're fatigued right now, because that's another thing that's happening, right? I guess my body's producing an excess of mucus. It's probably just part of inflammation. It's part of a bad bacteria overgrowth in my stomach. Stomach, of course, is responsible for so much. It's your second brain, as they say. So much of your emotional state is dictated by your stomach. It is the barometer for so much. Vocal yoga, it's quite amazing. It really is. I talk with a croaky voice, and when I rap, I struggle to project consistently without my voice breaking or kind of like weaving in and out in terms of its density, I rap struggle to kind of hold that consistently. So my friend used to tell me, hey, you should learn how to sing. And I was like, fuck out of here. I don't need to know how to sing. I just want to rap. So stupid, right? Wish I took his advice. And I did take his advice in the end. Eventually I did a bit of vocal lessons, and it taught me so much more than I bargained for. So I actually learnt how accessing your voice from the belly, how being kind of embodied in your diaphragm. I'm trying to use these buzzwords, but I don't fully understand it. I just know how it feels. It being embodied from within your diaphragm, humming, so powerful. It regulates your nervous system. It makes your body feel not fight or flight, feel very grounded. Yeah, getting in touch with your voice. The voice is such a bizarre thing. Like, where does it come from? I don't know, but say it comes from the diaphragm. Getting in tune with that, everything that was happening before, all these croaks, all these weird fluctuations in my voice, it was obstructions of diaphragm voice, not like the Austin within me, not being communicated to the world. And because of that, it'd come out monotone and it'd come out in weird ways, and people misunderstand me. And then so it's just like real, like, three-dimensional shit where it's about my fatigue and my nervous system, and it's about the way I relate to other people, and it's the way that other people see that I'm being empathetic. Because if I'm I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now, but if I'm obstructed, if my voice is obstructed on the way up, then I'm not quite conveying authentically my tone of voice as intended. Then when I'm having hard conversations, when someone's opening up, I can't actually make them feel like I'm there with them because my voice is monotone, because my voice is in survival mode. It's not in thriving mode. If it was in thriving mode, it could express itself all these different ways. You know, a thriving person is like head way above water and they can think about shit. Whereas my voice is just like, there's so many obstacles in my nervous system, the mucus build up and the fatigue and everything in my throat and bad posture and, you know, nervousness and all these things, fight or flight, you know. And by the time my voice escapes my mouth into the world, you don't even know who you're talking to. You know, it doesn't even sound like me. So I'm not even there for people. I want to be there for people in my diaphragm, but I can't show them that I want to be there for them. So that all these things that, you know, you didn't think about when my friend said, hey, you should learn how to sing. It's like, I just want to rap. It's like, bro, you don't understand how much there is to learn. Like, you don't understand how much quote unquote singing could help you, of course, when taught by the right person. So yeah, it helps me regulate my nervous system. It helps me feel more embodied. It obviously makes my music better. Yeah, feeling free with your voice. It's really powerful. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. All right.